Do you ever feel overwhelmed by the ever-changing world of technology? Tech It Out can help make some sense of it all. Breaking down geek speak into street speak, technology columnist, author, and TV personality Mark Saltzman covers consumer technology each week for every listener. Mark tackles the latest news, reviews, and how-tos to help you understand what's hot, what's not, and why.
Hey everyone, welcome to episode 194 of Tech It Out. Closing in on 200 episodes. It's about right. The show started in July of 2017. About 50 shows a year for 4 years. It all adds up. Anyhow, I hope you're having a great day so far on this first weekend of May, wherever you're tuning into the program across the country. I hope you're remaining safe and healthy. On this week's Tech It Out, we're going to kick things off in a moment with a new way to find streaming video services. Intel will talk gaming PCs. Epson has a new smart receipt scanner. And there's a new Transformers robot that fans of the franchise will no doubt want. All of this and more on a brand new Tech It Out, powered by Asus, which I'll tell you more about shortly, but let's officially kick off the show with our first interview. When it comes to watching TV, something we're doing a lot of these days, there's certainly no shortage of choice. In fact, therein lies the problem. It can be overwhelming to know what to watch and what streaming services to subscribe to and so on. Something that's right for you and your budget. And so we're now going to learn about mybundle.tv. Joining us on the line to explain what it is, who it's for, and how it works is Jason Cohen, CEO of mybundle.tv. Welcome, Jason. Hope you're doing well.
I am, Mark. Thanks for having me.
Sure. Thanks for carving out some time to chat with us. Why don't we start very high level? What is mybundle.tv all about?
Sure. So we're about helping consumers, streaming services, and even broadband providers connect more efficiently. Focusing on consumers, as the TV world has gotten more complicated and shifted to streaming, we actually think all that choice is great. And it's going to end up being really wonderful. But we're in this little messy period where, frankly, it's confusing. And so we set about to build mybundle.tv to provide consumers the tools to navigate this whole streaming world, whether it's making the transition from traditional linear TV to streaming linear live TV, or finding one of the 150 plus streaming services that are out there. We really want to just make this easier for consumers.
There's really over 150 streaming services out there.
I think technically there's 5,000 streaming services out there. The way we think about it is if there's a group of people waking up every day, going to work, whatever that means these days, but going to work to build a service for consumers, we want to put that in front of the right consumers and work for streaming services.
So you're a matchmaking service.
Exactly.
Got it.
Exactly. We think of ourselves as a matchmaking service, both on the streaming service level and also now TV shows and movies and helping consumers find where they can, watch the content they love.
Yeah, we'll get to that because I understand that's one of the features that you offer. We'll get to that in a moment. So you kind of already answered this, Jason. I was going to ask you, what problem are you solving here? So it is what I touched on as well, which is choice. There's just a lot, and it's overwhelming and intimidating for many. So mybundle.tv simplifies the process for consumers by helping them figure out what to watch and what services to subscribe to, for example. Is that fair? And if so, can you walk us through what the process is like?
Yeah, and stepping back, there's really two main people. There's the 70 million plus households who still have traditional set-top box TV. And then there are the cord cutters. And so actually our first tool is dedicated towards those who still have cable, still have satellite TV. And the idea is it's not only about Netflix, Amazon, Hulu, and other on-demand services. There's still many great ways to get your live TV, the content you love, through streaming. No contract, month-to-month pricing, much skinnier bundles. The problem there is it's a multi-day, if not week, research project to figure out what services are out there and then figure out, okay, these are the channels I want. You're checking websites and tabs and spreadsheets. And we said, hey, there's got to be a better way. And so that's where we built our Find My Bundle algorithm that asks a few questions, ask you the exact channels that you want to watch, that you need to have. And we sort through the millions of combinations and present you, hey, these are the live TV services for you, making it a lot easier to cut the cord, transition to that skinnier bundle, and really start to save serious money.
Okay, so you go to mybundle.tv. That's sort of the call to action here. And it is a website rather than an app, correct?
Exactly. Right now, it's a website. We built it very specifically for mobile as well as for tablets and desktops. So it works across forms.
And I see, just as you explained, Jason, it's sort of divided into two parts. One says, get rid of cable, find the best live TV alternative. And then the other half says, discover more streaming. So look for TV shows and movies or services that you're interested in, and then you help weed out those decisions there.
Exactly. And so the service that I mentioned before is for people who still have cable, right? Mm-hmm. But really for everybody, if you've got a broadband connection, you can be streaming, cable or not. And so we built our streaming marketplace, which right now houses over 150 streaming services, descriptions, devices, features, to really help you aggregate kind of all that information in one place and learn more to find out things, new services in your niches. In addition to that, you can find out, hey, where can I watch a TV show or movie? We'll tell you where the service is.
Right.
We recently launched a profile feature. And in that profile feature, you can actually tell us what apps you currently subscribe to, and we'll solve what we think is the second major pain point for consumers, which is I've got all these services, but I can barely find something to watch because I spend 20 minutes looking through Netflix and 15 minutes looking through Hulu. Well, we want to make it easier for you in one place on the screens that are easier to use. That is your mobile phone, right? Your iPhone, Android, whatever, your desktop, your tablet, to do that discovery there, as opposed to on your TV screen, which we believe is the most enjoyable place to watch content, but the hardest place to browse and discover new content.
Yeah, fair enough. What would you say are some of the core streaming services through your live TV offering?
So that's what makes it great is there's a lot out there. So you've got your Hulu Live, your YouTube TV, your Sling, your Fubo, your Philo, your Vidgo, your Friendly, your Locast, Antenna. And there are new services that come out. We anticipate, frankly, many more of the large media companies' services will have live content as well. And so the Paramount Pluses, the Peacocks, the HBO Maxes, the Discovery Pluses, you sort of get close to a lot of that live content, maybe not live, but the next day. And so we anticipate, frankly, this getting a whole lot more confusing for the average consumer,
right.
Which allows us to come in and lend a helping hand.
Got it. I recently wrote an article about AVOD services, so ad-supported video-on-demand services that are completely free. You don't even have to sign up in most cases, like Vudu, Tubi, IMDb TV, and Pluto. Do you also include those services?
Yeah, so all those services you could read up about them, find the content on them on the site as well. On Ava. We think that's a big part of people's sort of new packages, right? As we think about their new bundles, as each person puts together their own personalized, customized bundle of services, hence My Bundle, right? That's where we not too cleverly got the name from.
We are talking about MyBundle.tv with its CEO, Jason Cohen, who's joining us on the line. Let's now learn about Streaming Marketplace a bit more.
So the Streaming Marketplace is really focused away from live TV and really shine a light on streaming services beyond the ones we all know, right? So we all know Netflix, Hulu, Amazon Prime, Disney, and those are great. Mm-hmm. But let's say you're into cars or you're into fishing, right? Or you're into, whatever your niche is, cooking. There are apps out there specifically dealing with these various niches. And so what we want to do is help people find the streaming services that they don't know exist. And we're very excited when we're able to, like you said at the beginning, right, make matches. And create those matches between streaming services and customers.
Okay, got it. I'm going to start playing the Matchmaker song from Fiddler on the Roof. Where is My Bundle TV available? Is it throughout the entire country?
Yeah, so it's throughout the entire country. And what's great is when we think about, hey, the live TV service that we make recommendations, it's based on your zip code. So we've mapped out the country and each service. And so if you go in and I'm down in Fort Lauderdale and I put in my 33312 zip code, when it comes time to pick the channels, one of the channels is, hey, Bally Sports Sun, Bally Sports Florida, the former Fox Sports. Wherever you are in the country, the channels and services are focused on where you are, as opposed to generic, hey, this service is great for you.
Got it. As we wrap up, Jason, how does MyBundle.tv make money? Is it a subscription model? Is it ad-driven? Do you get a small kickback if you sign up a new customer with a subscription service?
Sure. So right now, MyBundle.tv is completely free for the customer to use. For certain services, we get a commission when a customer signs up. That does not impact the algorithm. So whether we have deals with a company or not, they're in there. In the streaming marketplace, they're in there searching for content and such. What we're really excited about coming soon is actually taking it to the next level and a subscription management platform. And so solving the third main pain point, which we all feel, which is there are a lot of streaming services and I'm signed up in all different places and I can't remember where, who, what. We want to bring that and help that all onto one bill. And we will be, again, free service for the consumer, but helping to aggregate those into one place to make this whole journey just a lot smoother as the streaming revolution continues.
All right. So it sounds like you're solving 3 pain points, which is great. And I know I called it a kickback earlier. I wasn't trying to imply that it was like CD or anything.
No,
it's just there's different business models, right? So again, it's a commission-based structure.
Totally. We're definitely, it's something that we take seriously, right? Because we're not in the business to just drive as much revenue as we possibly can and push people into one service. We're really about making matches. But like you said, we are a business. So we do need to generate some revenue. And the bottom line is we think that by providing the service to streaming services, right, by helping find them the right customers for them that are going to be more sticky and such, we're really adding value into the system while keeping the product completely free for consumers to use.
Yeah, sounds like a win-win. Jason, great to chat with you. The website one more time, mybundle.tv. Wishing you continued success on this.
Thank you very much for the time.
We'll be back with more Tech It Out in a moment when we learn about a new Transformers robot. Stick with us.
Listen to Tech It Out whenever you want. Find the Tech It Out podcast at iTunes or wherever you get your podcasts.
Welcome back to Tech It Out, powered by ASUS, for those in search of incredible. ASUS creates technology for today and tomorrow's smart life, and that includes its line of award-winning laptops and desktops, as well as monitors, smartphones, smartwatches, tablets, and more. For those in search of incredible, visit asus.com/US/radio for more info. That's asus.com/US/radio. Calling all fans of Transformers. It seems there is more than meets the eye with the new Optimus Prime programmable robot, Collector's Edition, as we're now going to learn about with Hasbro's Casey Collins, General Manager and Senior Vice President of Global Consumer Products at Hasbro. Welcome to the show, Casey. Good to chat with you.
Thanks for having me, Mark.
Now, before we talk about the Transformers Optimus Prime auto-converting programmable advanced robot, boy, that's a mouthful, why do you think Transformers is such a beloved franchise?
Well, Transformers is an action figure-based brand where fans have been drawn to the converting of their favorite Transformer characters through both toys and content. Transformers are human-like robots with the unique ability to turn themselves into vehicles or beasts. The stories of their lives, their hopes, their struggles, and their triumphs are chronicled in epic sagas that span an immersive and exciting universe where everything is more than meets the eye. For over 36 years, fans of all ages have been able to immerse themselves in this action-adventure franchise through toys, comic books, video games, animated TV shows, as well as blockbuster films.
Mm-hmm. And now in robot form. So this isn't just an action figure that you'd put on your desk at work or on a child's shelf or anything like that. Tell us about this new Collector's Edition robot based on Optimus Prime.
Yeah, we're really excited. It was announced earlier this month that Roboson Robotics teamed up with Hasbro to debut Optimus Prime, the world's most advanced and programmable Transformer robot, at our Hasbro Pulse Fan Fest earlier this month. Mm-hmm. By combining Roboson's robotic expertise with proprietary servo motors technology with one of the world's most beloved franchises, these next-gen robots will provide fans hours of endless entertainment, an immersive app, and a voice-activated experience.
All right, so it is a robot that you can control and program using the app or use your voice, as you said. So could it walk? I mean, talk to us about some of the features of this device. Can you actually transform it from a standing Optimus Prime character into a vehicle?
Yeah, this is an industry-first auto-converting, interactive, programmable, voice-activated, mobile-controlled Optimus Prime robot. It's an incredible 19 inches tall when in robot form. The Transformer Autobot leader is awe-inspiring in size and capabilities. Optimus Prime is equipped with 80 sound effects, voiced by the original voice of the Autobot leader, with genuine converting sounds as you watch and interact with Optimus Prime. It's got an authentic G1 design with detailed emblems, chrome accents, and lighting throughout. It's got a built-in speaker and one microphone that brings Optimus Prime to life. You can witness each punch, blast, breath, and conversion, all done with seamless precision right before your eyes. Fans can now enjoy the most amazing Transformer experience the industry has ever interacted with.
Yeah, so I was going to ask you about who this is for. Is it for, robotics fanatics or for kids who are into Transformers? I mean, it sounds like it skews a little bit more mature, I would think. As I mentioned, it's much more than just like an action figure. Is that fair?
Yeah, I mean, we think it's for everyone. I mean, who doesn't want their own transforming Optimus Prime robot? I mean, this robot provides an unparalleled interactive experience for millions of franchise fans of Transformers. Given the comprehensive functionality and technology to the premium materials and details collectors expect with high-end figure category to a fully immersive experience, the state-of-the-art product provides an ultimate entertainment experience filled with programming and really pure fun.
I saw some pictures of it online. I haven't seen it in person yet, but I didn't realize it was 19 inches tall. And I do love those chrome accents. I mean, the quality does look top-notch as well. So I did assume it was more a premium product, if you will. Can you tell us a bit more about the app? Is this for iPhone and Android?
Yeah, you can program and customize your Optimus Prime with the mobile app. It's available both Apple and Android app stores. Mm-hmm. When you switch to the app mode, you can control Optimus Prime with the on-screen joystick. You can cycle through incredible preset actions or learn how to create your own movement with the mission tutorial. If you use the app mission tutorial, additional functions and content will become unlocked as you and your robot perform more actions.
All right, so you don't need any coding experience. There is a wizard or a tutorial that will help you program what the robot can do, but you don't have to learn any lines of code or anything like that.
Correct. No coding experience is needed.
Mm-hmm. If this Optimus Prime programmable robot does well for you, Casey, do you envision Hasbro having other characters in the family, like Bumblebee or what have you?
Yeah. We are actually working closely with Robosen, and we're excited over the next few months. We're going to be introducing a whole new line of products for our fans around the world.
Oh, okay, cool. All right, so starting with the Optimus Prime, how much does it cost? Is it available now, and where can we learn more?
So the product retails for $699, and for more information, you can visit Robosen.com. Optimus Prime was available for pre-order exclusively on HasbroPulse.com beginning April 9th. The figure sold out on all pre-orders, so currently we do not have any plans to reinstate the pre-order on HasbroPulse.com. However, in the event that additional units become available, you can register and receive email notifications on the item detail page.
All right, sounds good. Casey Collins has been our guest, GM and SVP of Global Consumer Products at Hasbro, talking about the new Optimus Prime programmable robot, auto-converting programmable advanced robot collector's edition. Thanks so much. I hope it does well for you. It sounds like it.
Thanks, Mark. Appreciate it.
If you're on social media this weekend, drop by and say hi. I'm on Twitter, Instagram, LinkedIn, Facebook, and YouTube. It's Mark Saltzman, Mark with a C, Saltzman with a Z. SALTZMAN. When we return on Tech It Out, we're going to learn all about Epson RapidReceipt scanners. Stick with us. We'll be right back on the Radio American Network.
Want to follow Mark? Google him. Mark with a C and Saltzman with a Z. Breaking down geek speak into street speak. This is Tech It Out. Tech It Out with technology columnist, author, and TV personality Mark Saltzman.
Welcome back to Tech It Out. Well, it's tax time, and with an extended deadline for filing this year because of the pandemic. And so many of us are scanning receipts and invoices. But the smart solution we're going to hear about now is ideal all year round, I'd argue, as it can really save you some time and aggravation. I'm referring to an Epson RapidReceipt scanner. We're going to learn about it right now with Carrie Fox, Director of Scanner Product Management at Epson America. Welcome to the show, Carrie. Good to chat with you.
Thank you very much, Mark. Great chatting with you, too.
Why don't we start at a high level? What is the Epson RapidReceipt scanner family all about? And I see Shaquille O'Neal using one on your website. So if Shaq is using it, I'm intrigued right out of the gate.
That's great. Yes, RapidReceipt is the only current solution specifically designed for organizing and managing your receipts and invoices. It's a fast, easy, and smart combination of both hardware and software that helps you accurately manage the receipts and invoices by providing an easy method to digitize them and organize the information within the receipt.
Got it. Now, I have an Epson all-in-one. I have an Eco Tank. So what I need to do when I scan a receipt or an invoice is I just open up the flatbed scanner lid. I put the receipt face down, press a button, I digitize it, and it's maybe wirelessly sent to my computer or to a thumb drive or something like that. As the name suggests, RapidReceipt. So can you do more than one receipt? Does it help you automate that process?
Yes, it absolutely does. There are a variety of different products in the lineup. So the desktop version in general would help you do 100 at a time. Wow. So very quickly do 100 at a time. And what's different versus a multifunction printer is that the software extracts the information from the receipt. Mm-hmm. So you're not just getting an image of the receipt. You do get that, but you pull key data out of it, like the vendor name, the date, the total spent, the tax from within the receipt, and that is organized into the software for you.
Very cool. Yeah, I think that's called OCR, or optical character recognition. So it does all that work for you that you otherwise would have to do manually. So I like that. I'm just trying to envision it. So is this similar to like a fast photo scanner that Epson has, where you can just load it up with a ton of photos and it very rapidly digitizes all those photos, but now it's doing this for invoices and receipts?
Yes, it's very similar, but unique software that's differentiated. They each have their own unique software that pulls that information. Yeah, but yes, very similar value proposition.
Awesome. All right, so Carrie, walk us through how it works. Let's say I have a shoebox full of receipts. I was procrastinating. I didn't scan these previously. Now it's tax time. How do you load up all those receipts and invoices and such?
It's super simple. So you can take a variety of different sizes of receipts or invoices, by the way, and do it all at the same time with our RapidReceipt desktop model. Mm-hmm. And basically you load it in there. You can choose a variety of methods of doing it. You can do it straight from your desktop. You can use the LCD that's on the product to start scanning. You can scan it to a USB thumb drive and take it on the go with you, or do it straight to your desktop. And the other cool thing about this is, so basically you load it, you scan it, it saves an image of it, it extracts the information into key categories. You can adjust that information if you choose to do so. And on a click of a button, you can basically export that information to third-party software, such as QuickBooks, Quicken, TurboTax, and more. So if you're using those tools to manage your financials, you don't have to re-enter them. You just export it straight to it.
Super handy. So who would you say this is for then, Carrie? Is it for business owners, including entrepreneurs like myself, self-employed people?
Yes, absolutely. So really the key beneficial person would be individual business owners, as well as very small businesses, which are basically businesses under 5 employees. There's millions of these businesses out there.
Sure.
So, things, realtors, plumbers, painting crews, contractors, a variety of different industries, basically just people that are wearing multiple hats and managing a variety of responsibilities. And these people, they tend to be time constrained, right? And they'd rather focus their time on value areas that are driving their business growth versus managing a bunch of paperwork and receipts. So it's really to help streamline these things for those individuals.
Got it. I can even see somebody, even if they're an employee for, let's say, an enterprise level company, like a huge corporation, if they're responsible for filing their expenses, I can see this also helping those folks as well.
Absolutely. Speaking from personal experience too, when you're on a road trip for work, you end up with a lot of these receipts and you can digitize and organize them very quickly. Another thing RapidReceipt scanners can do is enable you to quickly and easily digitize a variety of different documents. And you can create searchable and editable PDFs out of these documents to allow you to easily find them after they're digitized. And in our desktop model, it also includes software that enables you to manage your business contacts and quickly and easily extract the information from those and keep you fully organized.
We're chatting with Carrie Fox, Director of Scanner Product Management at Epson America. We're learning about a new family of scanners called RapidReceipt. As the name suggests, it could rapidly scan and digitize your receipts and other important paperwork like invoices, and it extracts that key information for you as well. So with that in mind, Carrie, it's been said that good technology solves the problem. What was wrong with the old way of handling receipts and invoices?
One, if it's manual, it's very time consuming, right? It's definitely tedious. I don't think anybody likes doing that type of thing. Mm-hmm. It's also prone to errors, which can ultimately impact your financials, right?
Yeah, good point.
You could also lose receipts without a proper solution, which impacts your financials.
All right. So, Carrie, as we wrap up, what models are available? I know we've been collectively talking about this family as Epson RapidReceipt, but maybe you can tell us the different models that are available, how much they start at, and what's the best website to learn more?
Sure. There are 3 key models in the lineup. There are 2 mobile models. One is a wired version, and it is $219. There is a mobile wireless version that also has battery power options, so truly wireless on-the-go solution, and that model is $259. There is a desktop model that scans 100 of receipts, invoices, a variety of papers at a time. It has a large LCD screen and the ability to scan straight to USB. So if you want to bypass a device, scan straight to a USB and on the go, that's a perfect solution. And that model is $499. They can be found at a variety of major retailers: Amazon, Best Buy, Office Depot, Office Max, and Staples.
Okay, so online and at retail. And what's the best website to learn more?
Epson.com/RapidReceipt.
All right. Carrie Fox, great to chat with you. Thanks so much for your time.
Thank you. You too.
And don't forget, once you digitize all your important records, like your receipts and invoices and such, back it up to an external hard drive, like the WD or Western Digital drives that are affordable yet can store a ton of files. You can go to WD.com for more. We'll be right back with more Tech It Out. Stick with us.
Breaking down geek speak into street speak. Tech It Out. Hosted by Mark Saltzman.
Welcome back, everyone. You're listening to Tech It Out. Hope you're having a great weekend so far on this first weekend of May. If you're into computer gaming, as I am, you know how important the processor is, as it's the engine that drives your computer's performance. And so who better to chat with about processors than Intel, as they're readying its new chips for gamers, codenamed Rocket Lake. Joining us on the line is Asma Aziz, Director of Marketing for the Americas territories at Intel. Welcome to the show, Asma. Good to chat with you.
Thank you, Mark. Happy to be here.
I remember meeting you, Asma, at a lunch at a fancy restaurant in a part of Toronto called Yorkville a couple of years ago. That was BC, before COVID. Doesn't it seem like a lifetime ago?
Yes, those were the days.
I hope you've been keeping well.
Thank you very much, Mark, and I hope the same for you. And I cannot wait to see you face to face.
Likewise. Thank you. Hey, so before we talk about the latest Intel chips for gamers, again, codenamed Rocket Lake, tell us about Intel and its role in gaming PCs.
So gaming is a huge part of consumer-focused business, and it's very, very important for Intel. We're proud to be involved with the evolution of gaming and gamers' experiences by pushing the boundaries of innovation. So we like to say that gaming really happens with Intel, and we do it at various levels. So firstly, the great products, which we fine-tune with our partners to deliver those expertly crafted gaming PCs. Then there is a collaboration across the broad software ecosystem, which really helps us to enable new and exciting features that continue to make PCs the best choice for a gamer. We also have our continued partnerships with gaming giants such as ESL, really bringing esports not only into arena, but into the homes of millions of gamers worldwide. So it's all about the performance, the products, and the entertainment of this sector that Intel is working in.
Mm-hmm. And as you said, it's not a one-size-fits-all scenario. There are some gamers who, like to buy the latest action games or role-playing, whatever they play on their own, and they enjoy it on a computer and they want smooth performance. And then there are the serious, the hardcore gamers, those into esports, highly competitive. Sometimes teams are playing for money. It's very exciting. And they also want cutting edge performance, especially in a multiplayer environment, to give them every edge that they can when they're competing against others. So there is a lot of buzz across the board about 11th gen Rocket Lake gaming processors. Tell us about them in plain English, if you can. I know it can be a little techie, so
I'll try to unpack it without getting too technical. So you're right. We recently launched our latest gaming product, bringing 11th gen Intel Core to desktop gamers everywhere. So what is 11th gen? 11th gen, it's a desktop processor which was designed to game, getting the really that right balance of high clock speeds and cores to really put the muscle where it matters when it comes to that real gameplay performance. And like you said, Mark, 11th gen desktop products come in a range of different options. Whether you're a gamer looking for that perfect balance of price and performance, or really you're someone who's looking to go all out with the very best gaming performance, you can get your hands on. There is a perfect processor available in this 11th gen core processor family for you, which really meets the needs that you have.
Okay, so I understand it is a family of processors, as you called it, but is there a way that you could maybe quantify how much better performance on average you're getting with these new 11th gen Rocket Lake processors compared to, say, the last generation? I mean, is it more evolutionary or revolutionary?
So I'd like to say that certainly the performance benefits are significant. So let's just talk about it in different ways. So we saw up to 19% gen-on-gen instruction per cycle gains across the highest frequency of core, which is actually driven by the new processing architecture that's used in these processors. And what does that really mean for a consumer? It just means that across some games and some SKUs, the players will see anywhere from a double-digit performance gains, even pushing close to 2x in some cases versus their current PC. And keeping in mind that, from a current PC standpoint, the average PC life is about 3 years with this audience. Also, you must have heard, Mark, about the Intel Xe. We have up to 50% better integrated graphics performance, which means that, really you'll get that great immersive experience. Then we've got Intel Deep Learning Boost, which really is an accelerator for AI instructions in the games. And of course, we've got that enhanced overclocking tools available. So, net, there's definitely performance gains across or over previous generation.
Got it. So you said earlier that this is a desktop solution. So 11th gen Rocket Lake gaming processors are for desktop computers, not laptops. But if someone is looking for a gaming laptop, maybe just as a side note, they would look for an Intel Core i9 processor, or at least an i7. Is that fair? And then with, really good graphics performance as well?
Sure. Yeah. So the 11th gen desktop platform is, of course, for desktop, but we have got, products in the market for gamers, which are for notebooks. So there is already products available. And then, yes, you've got products available in Core i5, 7, and 9. But for the desktop, 11th gen will be appearing as a desktop processor. But then we've got other processors in the market, which are, equally brilliant for laptops.
We are chatting with Asma Aziz. She is the Director of Marketing for the Americas territories at Intel. We're learning about 11th gen Rocket Lake processors, as they're codenamed for gamers. Where did Intel get the codename Rocket Lake from?
It's an interesting question, Mark. So, to be honest, I just want to clarify, these are just code names. So while the products are being designed or developed, we give them a code name, which is really an internal name, which is used for really differentiation from one product to another and for internal discussions. And as soon as the product is launched, the code name kind of drops off, and then the real name is what is, shared with the market. So I think there's no particular reasoning, creativity happening in the factory and, the designers and developers really coming up with these code names.
Right. I got it. We'll continue chatting with Asma Aziz from Intel to chat about gaming PCs, specifically desktops powered by 11th gen Intel Core processors. So a lot more coming right up after this short break. Stick with us. We'll be right back.
Follow Mark Saltzman on Facebook, on Twitter, on Instagram. Listen to Tech It Out whenever you want.
We are talking gaming PCs with Intel's Asma Aziz, all about the new 11th gen core processors. The code name is Rocket Lake. So before the break, Asma, you were telling us all about the features that it brings to the table if you're a computer gamer like yours truly. But how would a listener know if they're investing in one of these new processors if Rocket Lake is just the internal name? Is there a badge or a little sticker on the computer tower or what have you itself that is a different name that they should look for?
Sure. So when shopping in store, you can look for a PC gaming section. Of course, when you go to your favorite retailer, there are specific gaming sections available. Then you look for blue badges across the PCs. Rocket Lake will appear or show up as the 11th gen Intel Core i5, i7, and i9 branded PCs. And I understand these days people are typically shopping more online. So the same thing can follow. So look for 11th generation Intel Core i5, 7, and 9. And that's the Rocket Lake processor.
Got it. So 11th gen will be the Rocket Lake processors, and then Core i5, Core i7, Core i9 is kind of like a good, better, best scenario, as I like to say. And I also would just suggest this, and please let me know if you would agree, Asma, that if you are buying a new desktop or laptop for yourself or your family, try to buy a little bit more power than you think you need today so you can grow into it. Kind of like buying clothes for kids. Try to extend yourself a little bit, even if it means just saving a little bit more, and go with, for example, an i7 instead of an i5. Even though you may not need that kind of performance today, it's good to sort of think ahead, and that means you wouldn't have to buy a new PC as often as well. You can sort of stretch the life out of that computer. Is that fair?
Absolutely, Mark, you're spot on. I think you should always have headroom because I think, when you start off with anything, you kind of evolve and become better and better at it. So let's say if somebody is buying a PC and they're just an entry-level gamer today, over a period, their requirements could change and they may move from just being an entry-level gamer to becoming more competitive. So that way, having that headroom in your product is definitely important. And, I think you gave an apt example of how when we're buying clothes, we try to, slightly size up so that, and especially we do that for children, so that, there is that headroom for growth.
And during the pandemic, maybe for ourselves too, in case we're growing a little bit in isolation. But that's a whole other conversation altogether. Asma, great to chat with you. As we wrap up, where could we learn more about these 11th gen processors?
Yes, so we can learn more about the 11th gen processors for gaming and generally gaming all over. You could visit intel.com/gaming. And just to add, Mark, not only can you learn about our latest products and processors there, but you can also really figure out what is the best platform for you, whether you should buy a desktop or a laptop. We've got some awesome guides on PC components, technologies, really explained in, like you said, in simple terms. Also, if you are interested in building your own PCs, you could even download step-by-step guides. So really, it is a great place to visit to get, answers to a lot of your gaming related questions.
All right. Awesome. Asma, great chatting with you. Thanks so much for your time. All the best. Be well.
Thank you for having me, Mark. All the best to you too.
Thank you. Hope to see you soon. Speaking of gaming PCs, don't forget to check out the Asus ROG or Republic of Gamers computers. They're both desktops and laptops, very powerful devices, and they also have some awesome accessories as well. So again, it's ROG or Republic of Gamers. It's a division of Asus and highly, highly recommended. I've been playing on those for a few years now. So I was saying in the last block that I write a tech tip of the day on social media. If you want to follow me on Twitter, Instagram, LinkedIn, Facebook, or YouTube, I post these little tips, little easy ways to get more out of your tech in order to help save you time or money or aggravation. So each week I try to give you a couple of examples on the air of ones that I recently posted so you get an idea of the kinds of things I write about. So for example, on Thursday, I wrote about a trick for people who use Windows and download programs that often are free to try, but you have to pay to unlock all the features. That's called a freemium program. So free to start, but you pay for the premium features. But here's a little trick. Rather than paying full price to unlock all the features, such as a $49 video editor, as an example, start to uninstall that software as if you're, removing it from your computer because you don't want it. And you may see a window, a little prompt pop up that says you can buy it at a discount for like $29. In fact, that example is exactly what happened to me last week. So almost half off the software because it thinks you're uninstalling it. So why pay more than you need to, right? So again, if you want to follow me, it's Mark Saltzman, Mark with a C, Saltzman with a Z on social media. As we wrap up another episode of Tech It Out, whether you're listening to it on the radio or in podcast form, thank you for those who have left reviews and ratings on the iTunes App Store or any other place that you subscribe to podcasts. It goes a long way, so thank you for telling your friends and family and colleagues about the show as well. If you'd like to subscribe to the podcast, you can just go to my website, marksaltzman.com, and you'll see all the options there where you can sign up, like iHeartRadio and Google Podcasts and Spotify, iTunes, and more. Take care, everyone. Have a healthy week ahead, and I look forward to catching up with you next weekend for another episode of Tech It Out.